Greetings, beautiful heart that you're watching this. I want to share a message of unconditional love. I want to anchor these frequencies, and this frequency can be expanded to be synchronized, to be seated in the hearts of our relations, to create a ripple effect as a collective. We all want love. We all care for unity. We all care for life. I believe that everyone that is watching this video stands for truth and freedom. I believe this message gets to you because what is happening in the world right now, through all the process since March till here, has it just surfacing, and we have been witnesses of how all these are orchestrated events to keep pushing an agenda of separation, to keep putting the human experience into an experience of slavery. We all want freedom, and with freedom comes great responsibility. And with freedom we get to access to an invitation to become sovereign. I have, in my life experience, I had experienced the depths of separation, the depths of shadow, the depths of suffering. I have experienced police brutality sometimes. I also experienced being kicked, punched by police for protesting in a peaceful way, for standing up for freedom and standing up for truth. I also being in positions that I had to face prison for being an artist living in a foreign country and doing art. I have experienced racism towards the brown skin. And the only way out is within. The paradigm needs to show and it needs to change, and the we play must change and must shift. Imagine a protest and all the energy that is contained in a protest. This insight came to me after being in protest so many times in some years ago. And then I realized that it wasn't the way. And then suddenly the divine intelligence anchored to me and delivered a message. And show me how in this linear energy that a protest represents, from it's just a masculine, patriarchal, angry movement of energy from point A to point B. But that energy doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't get sustained by anything either. It just gets from one point to other point, and then gets spread, and then all the violence occurs and all the riots starts happening because that energy wasn't supported and wasn't contained. Imagine if we all that are standing for truth, instead of going out and walk a linear line, instead of doing that, why don't we create circles of meditation where the actual energy can be recycled and sustained itself, where you can actually work and all the protesters are meditating for inner peace, because world peace will never never be here until inner peace is and happens here. So what I really wanted to invite you, I know it's difficult. I know like a lot of people, a lot of you wants to speak your truth and you want to do your point of view, but shadow work is the most important, most pure spiritual practice, and you just get to listen. Don't react, don't kick it, don't kick and punch to this shadow, don't blame it, don't judge it, don't categorize it. Just sit with it and listen, because at the end the shadow is only wants to be hugged and loved. We're in a cusp of what is starting to be the transition, and we all need to be united into a coherent state. Instead of doing your pose, instead of doing your protest, sit within yourself first and seeing which aspects of inside of you have been the perpetrator, in which aspects of you have judged, put guilt on it, caused pain, being unjust, falling to injustice. Because all that is within ourselves is happening within ourselves. It's just a macrocosmic representation of what is happening within ourselves. Alchemy. Learn how to become. If you want to have, if you want to learn about shadow work, if you want to learn about alchemy, ask for the guidance. I'm not the only person here that knows how to do the practice and guide your way home. It's all right. There's a lot of people that comes to me and they tell me I think I do shadow work, but I don't know if I do shadow work. How do I? And so I ask like, well, how do you see? How do you work? How do you work with shadow? Well, I just see the shadow and I sit with it. So like, yeah, but what else? It comes in layers. It requires mastery. It requires, and not a lot of people is informed of that. This is for our highest good, and this is not about just me. It's about everyone, and that everybody is honored, and that everybody is helped and assisted to get these tools. Because all the separation that you see in your relationships, in all your relations, are just aspects of yourself being and perpetrating this separation. So how to do the work is by just sitting with it and just learning how to hug it, and learning the act of hugging the shadow, embracing and taking the path of self-mastery for you to become sovereign and be able to be totally vulnerable in the power of love that takes to hug and hold all that shadow, to hold all, because all, when we hold all, we are free, we become sovereign. I know a lot of people is really angry, really feel impotent of doing, and I know the feeling of impotency because I've been there. 10 years ago I was there, I was protesting and fighting and feeling the impotence of not being able to do nothing until all my teachings and all the path that I recovered took me back to my path and took me like, hey, this is shadow work. This is how you do it. This you go like mixed with psychotherapeutic tools, with alchemical tools, with visualization tools, with inner child healing tools, with ancestral healing inner tools. Because all of this is within ourselves. All informations and all the clues are within ourselves. So we need to have that clear view of where to follow the signs, and sometimes yes, is required a help and assistance. because the improvements, the health benefits, the mental health benefits, the clarity that you get when you do shadow work is reclaiming your own power, your sovereign power, your self-sustaining force of field of energy. So you don't get trapped into illusions of separation. So you don't get trapped in falling into the victim mentality. So you don't get trapped to feel in the feeling and blaming and judging and the voices needs to be heard, but the voice comes within. And God will answer to that until we have the ability to have that intimate connection and intimate dialogue with God. Because what God, the creative source, the divinity, whatever you call it, whatever, that higher power created all. And we are extensions of it. We are part of it. We are it. And yet we're so little but powerful at the same time. So yeah. My suggestion is to avoid to keep posting the news and the feedbacks and the informations. We all know. We all know. This is known. People is getting informed, and people is getting through the people that is ready to engage into this. Just do the shadow work. Don't post anything related to that. Share just unity. Share the love that is beyond everything and above everything and below everything. Love is what matters. But how? How we want to be that love to our communities, how we're gonna receive that love from our communities, how are we gonna grant and amplify these communities of this message and this love. It's to opening our hearts, to opening and fully be raw and vulnerable and radical honest and say like, yeah, I fucked up in this life, I fucked up in that life, and I'm gonna love it. I love it all. And I will do it all again because that's how this is led me to love more. There's no guilt, there's no shame, there's no illusions of separateness in this field, in this frequency. It's just absolute power of unconditional love. This all has been planted and seeded. Okay. We have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. And that's just the inner work. Going within. The only way out is within. So how have I pushed love before? How I pushed and neglected love? How I take it for granted? How I fall into all these aspects and just love them and accept it and stop blaming yourself for doing that. It requires mastery, it requires guidance. There's many techniques that I would love to share with you, and I'm doing my part. And if you want to have a book sessions with me, book them. Do that commitment to yourself. The health benefits, the mental health benefits, the amplification of energy, the expansion of your awareness, the expansion of your infinite creative potential. Only can be reached by shadow work. It's a part, and it's a devoted commitment. It will ask a lot from us. Yes, it has asked a lot from me. I had to let go a lot of things in my life. I had to let go a lot of illusions of who I thought I was. And I had to let go a lot of possessions for achieving this understanding. It requires and it asks a lot. But if you are willing to give that to your own love, yes, It's worth? Yes. It's perfect? Yes. That's your highest? Yes. Well, let's go. Let's aim for that highest. Let's aim for that unity. Let's aim for that owning of being the value and worth that only can be reached from within. This is beyond, above, in and outward. This is not about just me. This is about the highest good of all. Merging the polarities within ourselves of the illusions of the masculine and feminine. Merge them all and become one. Because you're worth it. You deserve it. And by doing that, you're gonna heal and help heal and spread this ripple effect in your relationships. This massive change. We are worth. We are loved. We are one. In this love, I am love, and in this love, you are love, and in this love, I honor you. I see you. I recognize you. I appreciate you. May all find peace within ourselves. May all find this unity within ourselves so it can be expressed in all our relations. Ahom Itaku Yasin. Namaste. Satnam. Waheguru. Tlazokamati. Ometeo. Haush. Maltios. Pamparios. Amen. A woman. We are those. We are this. And I see this. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I love you.